Welcome back, everyone, to Osiris Royal Tech. I am your host, Osiris, and we are going to dive right in to today's session, which is about, as you can see, SQL Lesson number 6 from SQL Bolt, and that is multi-table queries with joins. So we're going to learn about joins, what it's all about, how to use it, things of that nature. Okay. So, with that being said, I'll go ahead and I'll read just a little bit so that way we could get the gist of everything. So, database normalization. Okay. Database normalization is useful because it minimalizes duplicate data in a single table and allows for data in the database to grow independently of each other. For example, types of car engines can grow independently of each other. As a trade-off, queries get slightly more complex since they have to be able to find data from different parts of the database, and performance issues can arise when working with many large tables. All right. So in order to answer questions about the entity that has data spanning multiple tables in a normalized database, we need to learn how to write a query that can combine all that data and pull out exactly the information that we need, right? And this is where joins come in, okay? All right, so we have something that's going to be extremely useful to you guys is multi-table queries with joins, all right? Now I'm going to read just a tad bit of this. So basically, using the join clause in a query, we can combine row data across two separate tables using this unique key. The first of the joins that we will introduce is the inner join. All right. And here's like just an example of how we're going to go about it. And the inner join is a process that matches rows from the first table and the second table, which had the same key. Now remember that, that's very important. That had the same key as defined by the on constraint to create a result row with the combined columns from both tables. After the tables are joined, the other clause we learned previously, and if you don't remember that, check back on the other videos, just go ahead and refresh that memory. And then we're going to apply some of the other methods that we learned, okay? So let's just dive right in, shall we? Enough talking. Okay, so the exercise that we have right now, because remember, we got two databases that we're working with. We got two tables, I should say, that we're working with. We got table 1, which is movies. We got table 2, which is box office. All right, and here's the query results that we're getting so far. All right, and the reason why we're getting this particular result of all of this information is because we're selecting all, because remember what this sign means, all, from what table? Movies. All right, so let's go ahead, let's get this started. All right, so exercise 1, as we can see over here, we want to find the domestic and international sales for each movie. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go about that, shall we? All right, so for that, considering we want to find the domestic and international sales for each movie, I want to go ahead and move this, and I'm going to select title and domestic underscore sales. And just remember, also when working with SQL or any coding language at that, you never want to go ahead and create a space. Why? because inside of SQL, which is what we're talking about as of right now, we'll deal with other languages when we get there. When you go ahead and get there, is you'll notice that a lot of languages don't play friendly with the whole space concept. So you either got to put a dot in there or underscore, something of that nature to combine it so that way the program, or in this case, the query, knows what we're talking about. All right, domestic underscore sales. All right. And we'll international sales because we want the domestic and international sales as well as the title. Okay. And then we're going to select it from what table? Movies. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and do the join. Join. And I like to make all of my um, like keywords like that are used inside of SQL, for example, like select, from, join, things of that nature. I like to create those all in capitals just for simplicity purposes and it's easier to read. All right, join box, oh, box office. We want to join that table. All right, on movies dot ID. Okay, now just follow along with me on this. Box, and then we're going to put that box office dot movie underscore ID. And then we want to close it out all the time with that semicolon. Okay. Okay. Now, as you can see, we completed the challenge up here because we were able to find the domestic and the, if I could speak, find the domestic and international sales for each movie. And therefore, we're able to do that. The nice thing about this website is that it automatically refreshes your query result for you. So you don't have to hit enter or whatever the case may be. And as you can see, we have the title, domestic sales, international sales, as we were looking for each movie. Now, to explain the code down here in further detail, because I like to break down all of this information for those that just learn a little bit different. Okay, so remember, we're going to select column, this column, and this column, because all of these are columns from this table, and then we're going to join this table on to this table. All right, so we're going to join box office on movies. All right, dot ID, because remember, we're looking for that particular column that they have in common. So ID, and that's right, movie ID. And that's exactly what we did here. Movie ID, and well, ID and movie ID. Okay. And therefore we are able to go ahead and get a result. Let's continue. All right. So the next one that we have in mind, we want to go ahead, number 2, show the sales number for each movie that did better internationally rather than domestically. All right. So once again, we'll delete all of this information just for simplicity purposes. So we'll select title because that's what we want. We also want the domestic sales. We also want international sales. Okay. We want those 3 from, that's right, from the movies table, and then we're going to go ahead and join the box office. Okay. We're going to join box office on to the movies table. Okay. Movies dot, once again, ID equals box office dot, remember, ID in box office on movie ID. That's the one we're going to go ahead and join it on. So that's what we're going to type up. Okay. And where. Now remember, when we use this where clause, this is something that we've already covered. So if you do not remember on how to use the where clause or what it might mean, the breakdown of it, so on and so forth, once again, review my past videos and refresh yourself on that. Okay. So where on international underscore sales is greater because we're looking for did better internationally rather than domestic. So we want international underscore sales is greater than domestic underscore sales. Boom. All right. Let's see here. Oh, and once again, the nice thing about SQL Bolt, it will let you know right away whenever there's an issue as it through right here. No such column, domestic sales. All right, domestic. There you go. All right. Now, as you can see, we got all the information that we need. Title, domestic sales, international sales. Which one did better internationally rather than domestically. Okay. Let's go on to the next one, shall we? All right. Now, for this one, number 3, we're going to list all the movies by their ratings in descending order. Let's go about that. All movies, so therefore we want the title. We want the rating, all right, because we want their ratings. All right. From movies, join the other table, box office. All right. Movies. Okay. Join. All right. Box office on movies dot ID equals the box office. And what are we going to correlate that with? That's right. You got it. Movies ID. So let's go ahead, insert that box office dot movie ID. Okay. And we're going to order by, okay, we're going to order by the rating descending order. So that's going to be DESC. Don't forget that. And voila, you know, check mark. All good. Now, as we can see right here, we have the title, we have the rating, and it's going to be from the highest to the lowest. And there you have it, everyone. We have officially wrapped up for the SQL Lesson 6, multi-table queries with joins. Yeah, I've learned a little bit about joining tables, multiple tables together, and how exactly that works, along with the order by and the where clauses. So anything else further that you would like to see, leave it in the comment section. If you want me to go ahead and explain it a little bit more in detail, once again, also add that into the comment section just so that way everybody could go ahead and learn at the same pace, because this is what it's all about. We're constantly growing together. And until next time, take care, everyone.